Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wardens of Wildwood. Hope you had a wonderful last 2 weeks or so. In our last session, everything went well. Nothing went wrong, right?
Absolutely nothing went wrong.
Yeah. Fantastic. You know,
The,
the Archdruid of the Wildwood Lodge died, but
It
these things
happens.
happen,
He can just cast reincarnate on himself.
right? They wouldn't, but they could. But in the wake of the perceived assassination of Valinar the Green, you all have been asked to effectively extend your deputized duties, remaining behind at first in order to make sure everything calmed down at the campsite, and now being sent north to the Viridian Nexus to meet an ancient conrasu by the name of Corozal, who used to have a solid relationship of sort of helping out the Wildwood Lodge, but a couple hundred years ago, that relationship sort of stopped being maintained, semi fell apart. But with the unrest that seems to be stirring and will probably only continue to stir over the next month, at least as the Wildwood Lodge exists without leadership until the new moon at the beginning of the month of Erididus, you all have been asked to sort of go and rekindle friendships and see if that could be used to sort of preemptively stop any problems from occurring around the forest region. You all accepted, and hoping to expedite your travel over the next month, stopped over by the small town of Greelyholm in order to purchase a series of Chetamog mounts, the large horse-sized squirrels that are able to ferry you through the woods at very high speeds. We ended last session with you all arriving at the Viridian Nexus to find a bit of an overgrown dump. A large tree, the perceived body of Corozal, maybe about 10 feet in diameter, is the orb of starlight inside of it. However, sort of dull and streaked with gray at the moment. Definitely not normal for how a conrasu should look. All the wooden buildings are completely overgrown inside and out, though not really showing any signs of disrepair. And we ended with Asili seeing what looked to be small plant-like creatures in holes, poking out their heads and watching you all. When called out to, they vanished underground. And that is where we pick back up today. You all are currently in the Viridian Nexus itself. It is roughly 5:30 in the afternoon. You found the collapsed weirwoods, the living wood constructs that were here at some point. A few of them with their stone hearts gouged out and ripped apart. The others still there, but just seem to be unconscious almost.
So,
In a way.
remind me, what is our ultimate objective here?
Your goal is to speak with Corozal, reignite sort of friendships between them and the Wildwood Lodge, and hopefully get their assistance in keeping track of any problems that might crop up. Corozal is deeply connected to the entire Verduran Forest, so they should theoretically be aware of anything out of the ordinary happening almost before it happens. However,
Concerning that he didn't see this coming, then.
concerning, yes.
Seraphinus will kind of waddle forward, writing Stumpy, and call out to the things that disappeared into the brush. Hello! Hello, friends! No need to be afraid, we are friends. We, come seeking friendship.
Mm-hmm.
You hear no response.
Ugh.
Of crowd.
Me and Zalik are going to approach one of the holes.
Okay. It's pretty poorly concealed, if you could even consider it concealed. It's not easy to see from a distance, but just sort of walking around, you guys have noted several of these pits. And approaching one, give me a perception check. I suppose I'll give you Zalik's token as well.
Long snout?
No.
Okay.
No, this is site-based. Okay. You can see it drops about 20 feet or so into what looks to be some sort of underground pathway.
Now these holes, like what are the dimensions of them? Like 3 feet, 4?
It's going to be challenging for someone close to like Zalik's size to move. Small creatures like you and Seraphinus shouldn't have an issue moving right now. Anyone who's medium or larger is probably going to find terrain pretty difficult for them, from what you can see.
Okay.
Well, good luck.
What, Sean? What do you mean good luck? I'm not going in there.
Would look
Fortune
like
favors
action
the
for it.
bold, dear Joseph.
And what do you want me to do if I get stuck?
I'll pull you out.
I could sting you.
Now, Jericho, these holes, are they just like completely vertical, like just like straight down, or do they like go on a curve?
They are completely vertical.
So it's just, for me, it would be a 20-foot drop.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, silly, would you be willing to send Tucker down the hole to see what he can see? Tucker is small size, correct?
You got a lisp developing
No.
there, boy.
All of Asili's companions are medium.
Oh, okay. Well, what about Isabeau?
Isabeau is also medium.
Oh,
Oh.
wait a minute. I think I have a solution for this. I need to check to see if I took the feet.
You
Flood
have
it
a
with
tail,
water.
right?
Good idea.
You have a tail, right, Yosef?
I can help go in.
Yes, I do have a tail.
How
and you
long
come
is
up
it?
Well, Yosef's like 3'7", so his tail's maybe 1.5 feet.
So we only need 9 feet of rope, right? Oh,
19
19
feet of
feet of rope.
Well, actually, I actually took this feat for a different reason, but I'm glad I have it. What?
Oh, hey,
Nice.
I never.
there we go.
And shrink
Okay,
Zalik
so-
down to small.
Yeah,
Get
so
in the
me and
hole.
Zalik are gonna Seraphinus, shall we?
Oh, well, perhaps, Sir Zalik, perhaps you would like to head down, and if there's something horribly dangerous, Joseph can just unsummon you and resummon you back up here?
Do I have?
If you don't
Okay,
have
I'm-
the feat that lets you do it in one, you can still do it as a 3 action, I think.
No. I'm looking for something else. It's not showing on my not showing on my character sheet. I want to make sure I'm at the proper level to have it.
What are you looking for?
Share. Oh, there it is. Share senses. so I can see through Zalek. So I do have it at this level, it's just not showing on my character sheet. Anyways, Zalek, old buddy, here you go, and then Yosef will kind of hold his hands out and then kind of close them together, shrinking Zalek to a small creature.
Okay.
And
Sure you have share senses?
I just looked it up on Nethys. It says it's a first level feature for summoners.
I was gonna say, doesn't it come with the class? I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
Yeah,
So-
it comes with
Yeah.
the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing it in like my class features.
Here,
Because
let me
it's
pull up
probably
on
under
Pathbuilder.
the Eidolon section,
Oh, okay.
is
Yeah.
what I would
Then-
imagine.
Yep, right here, share senses. As soon as you pick summoner, you get it. It's a one
Yeah.
action.
Oh yeah, there it is. Share senses. alright.
Perfect.
So, Seraphinus, can you please lower Zalek down with a rope? Because once I perceive through his eyes, I'll be blind, deaf, dumb, and mute in my normal body.
Mhm.
And my-
Certainly.
Okay, and my current range for Zalek is 100 feet.
Yes.
After that, he just winks out of existence.
Oof.
Great. Stumpy, dig your roots into the ground. Provide me with a steady balance as I lower Sir Zalek into the dark.
Does Stumpy make noises?
I think it would be funny if he did, but I also think it would be funny if he didn't. If he was just like completely silent, besides like the croaking of branches and stuff like that.
Sure. Well, once you decide, let me know. You guys are easily able, though, to set up a rope attached to Stumpy in order to lower Zalek down. Now, a question for you guys. There are 5 total holes around the clearing, almost in an upside-down star formation. So there is one directly south, 2 that are east, southeast, and west, southwest, and then one that is like straight northeast and one straight northwest. Which one are you guys dropping Zalek down?
Seraphinus, should we start at the bottom and then work our way clockwise?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Also, Seraphinus, can you please keep your hand on my shoulder?
Certainly.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. All right,
Yes.
let's do this.
Alright, as you drop Zalek down into the hole. Now, here's another thing. Zalek won't be able to see once Zalek is down there.
Let me
Because
see if I
there
have
is no light.
All right, let me see.
I can put a light orb on him.
Yes, let's put a light orb on him.
Sure. So then just drag the effect onto Zalek, Yosef.
Now, question about how this works. Oh, it's a floating orb. Okay, yeah. Let's put it right. Zalek's a giant rat, so let's put it right on his hackles.
Okay, well, it just floats near him.
Oh, it just floats. Okay.
Yeah. If you create the light in the same space as a willing creature, you attach the light to the creature, causing it to float near them as they move.
Okay.
All right. Then, Yosef, I'm going to drag you over to a different scene.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And you should be able to see, I believe, since you have ownership over Zalek.
Yep.
All right. So, as Zalek is lowered down on the rope into this tunnel system, he finds, and by you extension, are able to see a series of pretty crudely excavated tunnels winding beneath the ground, the walls speckled with stray roots and half-exposed stones. There's a very heady scent of damp earth mixed with a faint, sickly sweet smell of decay. I don't really have a good way... Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
I don't really have a good way to make Zalek's token just small inherently. without
Gotcha.
doing effort that I don't support.
Okay.
As I am proceeding to try and do so. We're going to just scale him down for now, and I'll scale him back up later. He is small at the moment, which does mean that this terrain that Zalek is currently able to see will not impose any difficult terrain. Most of the tunnel is only about 4 feet tall, but you can see, especially sort of rounding this corner up ahead, and you would imagine in other areas, it gets even smaller than that.
Okay.
So for gameplay purposes, right now in the tunnel, small creatures would be able to move fine, medium creatures would have difficult terrain. In those areas where it gets smaller, though, small creatures will have difficult terrain, and medium creatures have to crawl in order to fit.
Okay. Shared senses lasts a minute, so as soon as it runs out,
You just cast it again.
yep, just do it again. Okay. All right. I'm free to just move around, correct?
Yeah, I'll stop you if I need you to.
Okay. Let's go to the.
I should ask, what exploration action is Zalek taking right now?
Let's do. I would have discussed this with the group. So, what do you guys think? His best ones are scout and search.
I think he should be. So scouting is only for when combat pops off. I think he
Gotcha.
should be searching because they already know we're here, so there's no reason to avoid notice.
Okay, then I'll be searching Jericho.
Go ahead and give me that perception check.
Okay. Can I just use the seek macro?
Yeah, if you've got basic action macros, you can seek with that. That's perfect.
The trap, the whole place caves in.
Yeah, I know, right?
Rocks fall, Zalek dies.
No, Zalek.
Honestly, a fun way to prevent you guys from all getting trapped down there, though, because Zalek will just unsummon as Yosef falls unconscious above ground. A big dent just appears in the side of his head.
Did it work?
Okay, you are free to move.
I'm gonna go 2 squares at a time, so
Sure.
I'm not just ping-ponging.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right around when you get there, Zalek has decent smell, right? Oh, he does not have imprecise smell. Okay.
Does not.
That does not really matter, because Zalek proceeds to see around the corner up ahead, where the path once again gets small, movement.
So, like, in this area?
Yep. Yeah, he briefly sees something sort of flit, almost crawling out of the wall before backing up around the corner.
He's gonna look at the walls around him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more roots, correct?
Roots, half-exposed stone, a stupid little screaming face that looks like this.
What?
That's what Diglett looks like with his body attached.
Yep.
I am going
Zalek
to
did
drop you onto the map, Yosef, specifically because I need you to roll initiative here.
Okay,
And Zalek gets excluded from initiative.
got it.
A Sealy, that's rude.
No.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Very, very funny, just kind of rude. Okay. Yosef, as Zalek and you through Zalek turn and see that face on one of the roots in the wall, it is going to fully pop out of the wall next to you. and let out a horrible, piercing shriek that actually does echo back up the hole to the rest of you. I'm going to need
Oh, it's a
Zalek to give me
mandrake.
a will save, please. As I unpause. Well.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Are you sure?
I'll take that instead.
That just barely beat out crit failing. Which means Zalek is only going to become sickened too by the sound, as it sort of reverberates through Zalek's ears and head, making him exceedingly nauseous immediately by the sound. And with its last action, it is going to smack Zalek with one of its roots.
I have a question.
I've got an answer.
How far away is Zalek from the group right now?
At the moment, like 40-ish feet.
Should I try to counter performance that auditory thing? Since you said we could hear it up above.
You know what? Absolutely. I think that's perfect. Go for it.
Okay. Don't know. I'm just gonna roll a performance thing and let me know if it counters it, I guess.
So what it is you roll the performance check, and you or allies in the area can use that instead of their will save, or whatever save they make. So normally you would do that before people start rolling the saves. In this case, Zalek, go ahead and take your hero point back.
Okay.
Since I'll let Sean have effectively done this, a 22 is still a failure. But since you can use that instead of what you rolled initially, and it is a fortune effect, so you wouldn't be able to hero point it anyways, if you were using that, then it'll just match out.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I literally just remembered I
No
had
worries. It's one of those times you don't often get to use it, so it's great when you remember. It is going to deal 9 points of damage to Zalek from the root that smacked him, though.
Okay.
And more than that, I also need a fortitude save from Zalek, as it slashes across his flesh and secretes a small bluish liquid into the open wound.
Oh, that's Yosef. Damn it.
Zalek's save is the same. Oh, lower, actually. At the moment. So it should be a 16, technically, which is still a regular failure.
Okay.
That is going to be a mild 4 poison damage to Zalek.
Oh, well.
Is he immune to poison?
No.
Oh, you did it to him, not yourself. I see.
Yep.
However, he is also going to become stupefied by it. Now we are up to your turn.
Okay.
It might be time to unsummon him. I don't know.
Actually, yeah, that's a great idea. Oof. I unsummon him.
Okay.
Back up to the surface. And then you just see Yosef begin to retch.
You okay?
Well, in between his retching, Yosef's gonna just, cough, root people, cough, made me sick, made me stupid, cough, cough.
That happened before the people.
Would you like me to roll the fortitude saves for the sickened condition?
No, if you guys are out of combat, I typically don't require those be rolled. So, are you resummoning Zalek up top?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I am going to, because this might be important, I am going to ask that he give me a fortitude save again 1 round later.
Okay.
I was assigned yet. Oh god, these rolls.
Yeah.
I
This-
try to.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What do you want to do?
Since going down there didn't work, I was gonna ask if I could like just kind of sit like in the middle of the where all the different holes are located and just see if I could coax them out with music or something.
That's where the tree
Oh.
is.
Jericho,
Cora's
could I have used natural medicine on Zalek to give him good health? I don't know the word they use for it.
Are you thinking of treat poison?
Treat poison?
Appropriate aid.
Yes, that.
Because treat poison is actually a specific action we have. Go ahead and roll that retroactively. I'm not sure if it'll be enough to succeed, especially... Depends. I might let you have the sickened condition lowered by 1 for that. Treat poison, just checking. Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and give me that medicine check.
Don't have remove affliction on this character.
Wow, my rolls are not doing so hot tonight.
That's a success. Exactly.
Oh, nice.
You get natural medicine on that? You do not get natural medicine. Natural medicine is only a bonus to treat wounds rolls, not treat poison.
Oh, okay, so then take a 2 off of that, so it's 19.
Technically, if we're being fair, you actually can't use nature for treat wounds or treat poison either. It specifically is medicine.
Okay.
Natural medicine only replaces medicine to treat wounds. It does not replace medicine for uses of the skill other than treat wounds or for feat prerequisites. That is a specific wording in the feat.
That feels
No.
silly.
So, real quick, I'm a little confused now. In the prior sessions to this, you have allowed me to use natural medicine to do the other functions of medicine. Is that now no longer a thing? It was only once or twice, but you did let me do it.
That's technically on me for forgetting.
Okay.
I will still allow it here, though. I will continue allow it in this campaign, specifically because I do not wish to go back on what I have already done, and it is sort of the cornerstone of how you've built your character.
Okay.
I am not going to give you the natural medicine buff to the roll for this, though.
Okay.
So, what that means is that it's going to take 2 poison damage.
Okay.
And also become confused.
Zalek, no!
The funny
just
thing
don't-
is, technically, as a summoner, you don't have to give him any actions. So he can not attack anyone, technically, if you control him.
Oh yeah. He's just gonna sit there and just kind of have the stars over his head, Looney Tunes style.
Mm.
But now you guys might have a bit of an idea, a better idea at least, of what you are up against.
Yeah,
I still try my music idea. Or would that just not do anything?
You can try it. Go ahead and give me that performance check.
Alright. Before I try it, I've failed every performance check up until this point, so we'll see if this actually does
Yeah, but you got a
anything.
new instrument now.
Alright. Let's see if I finally tune this thing in.
That's pretty good. That is pretty damn good.
I think, let me just double check something here. I do have versatile performance, so I can make an impression. So could this be considered making an impression on them?
Absolutely. For all of you, this is the best performance you've ever heard from Sean. It's kind of impressive how good it is.
Wow, I didn't know you could do that.
Helps when the strings stop breaking on me.
Sean, you know enough about your music to understand the performance you just put on should be enough to coax out most creatures. If these creatures aren't responding, there is something else that likely has an even greater hold over them.
Or they just have no taste for music.
Or they have no taste for music. That is also possible.
Okay. That was worth a shot.
But if they have no taste in music, they also don't deserve your performance anyways, so...
Well, I'm happy with it, at least.
Is there anywhere else to explore in this place that doesn't require going underground into the tight tunnels?
You guys haven't taken a look at Corozal itself yet. You've noticed the almost cataract-like change to its globe of stars. You haven't tried to diagnose that at all. But it does seem like whatever is going on is probably stemming from underground.
Okay.
These are not well lubricated holes.
I think it may
We can
be
change
worth
that.
with blood.
I was going to say with
I can
oil, but...
Oh.
Do I have grease? No, I don't. That's my other character.
Come on, Seraphinus. I know you've got that stupid every need pouch. Just pour
I
out a ton of oil
do.
from it.
I do have my stupid every need pouch. Does Asili have prescient planner? Like Kim always brings?
Asili has a different method of lubing the hole.
What?
I'm a naturalist.
You know, this didn't occur to me till just now, but I probably should have cast Sanctuary on Zalek since we weren't purposely going into combat.
Mm.
I do have prescient planner.
I don't know if we actually need you to pull oil out of your bag, but perhaps.
I refuse. I will
No?
only pull it out if you call it lube.
God.
Flammable lube.
Anyways, did we want to check out the rest of this place above ground before we go below ground into the Mandrake hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys are looking around, perception checks, unless you guys have something in particular you want to look at.
You were saying something about the tree with its constellations or something, I'm sorry?
Yeah, so you can recognize that central tree is Corozal, a conrasu. So
okay.
the star orb that should be the vein of Corozal's actual consciousness lies within the tree about 30 feet off the ground, and it's massive. I'm talking a 10-foot diameter, just star orb. Nothing to say about the size of the tree.
Yeah.
The orb is sort of dull, where you would expect like motes of light within it, looking like stars. Instead, the orb is streaked with lines of gray right now. It's very similar to an eye having a cataract, is what it looks like.
Does
Just messing with us.
does anybody know anything about conrasu?
I have. What would that be, a nature check or what was society?
Yeah. I've got nature.
You can
I
absolutely
don't have
try.
either.
Here's my try too.
Can I look specifically at the I don't know if there's like droppings or something, and to see if I can figure out what's wrong with the tree dudes?
Mm-hmm.
Is that nature?
Yeah, absolutely. You can just use your recall knowledge macro.
Perfect.
And Bark and
Jericho?
Seraphinus, you guys are just looking around to see if anything catches your attention about this?
Yeah, and
Okay.
thinking about the conrasu.
Sure.
Trying to remember what I know.
Sure. Okay. A couple things. Asili, you recognized these sort of humanoid plant people as weirwoods, which are effectively constructs. Their spark of life is tied to magic being provided constantly by their creator. In this case, you are able to understand that their magical source is very likely Corozal. So until Corozal effectively moves, wakes up, talks, whatever, regains consciousness, I suppose, they will remain inanimate. Bark, taking a look at Corozal itself, Conrasu are weird creatures. Very, very strange.
That's racist.
I don't have a response. What? Like if I said you're weird.
Yeah, racist.
Well, me as an individual, yes.
So
You were
what?
referring to the
What
whole
about
species.
Conrasu?
You, Sean, are a weird creature. I do not
Yes, I am.
understand you.
No, that would be more accurate.
It is. It's almost like Corozal is in like a state of torpor, almost. That shouldn't really happen as far as you understand, though, without really, really good reason. Taking a look at those sort of the streaks of gray in the orb of Corozal, you've only ever seen this happen once before, Bark, a very, very, very long time ago, when you were super young. And it was caused by a parasite having latched onto a Conrasu that you met.
Parasites.
Right. Yep, so there's gonna be something down there in that there hole.
Mm-hmm.
Can I send Tucker up just to make sure that it's not on its head or something and Jericho's not pushing us down a trap?
And check what's on its head. Oh, I see. Like there's no parasite on the tree's head.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and give me that perception check for Tucker.
Is his perception different than mine? Oh, yay.
Yeah.
This thing's got an emerald ash borer.
And sending Tucker up to fly through the tree canopy for a couple minutes and see if he can spot anything going on. You don't see anything. It is very likely that this parasite is at the roots of the tree.
Nice. Very nice.
So if it's a parasite and it's sucking out its magical energy, if I put a protector tree, could I lure it out since the protector tree is only magic?
You could certainly try, but
I think it's got an even bigger source of magical energy.
yeah, you're talking about, because Conrasu are pretty much pure magic also. You're talking about like first or second rank spells magic versus the magic of a creature rich in energy that has lived for centuries.
Um,
Not a bad
Do-
idea though.
do
Not
we
a
know
bad idea.
anything about, like, does Bark know what kind of parasite, or like, does she have any recollection about what like anything about it? Or is it just a bad guy?
I'm going to allow one more round of recall knowledges here by people.
Thank you.
Jericho.
Yes.
I'm gonna. Is Zalek free from whatever was affecting him?
Yeah,
now?
after about 30 seconds, it would have run out at max,
Okay.
assuming he does not overcome the poison earlier than that.
Okay, I'm gonna pour a soothing tonic down his throat and a elixir of life to
Go
heal
for
it.
it.
To heal us up.
Sure.
All right.
I'm gonna stand next to Yosef and tell him that I didn't push him down the hole.
Thank you, Asili, for not pushing me down the hole.
You're welcome. That's how you know I love you.
Yeah. Asili and Bark, both of you kind of taking some time to think about it. You know it's a parasite. You also know there are those small humanoid root-like creatures. They can scream, they have venomous roots. It clicks. You're dealing with a Wraithvine, which is a very parasitic plant. Those small creatures that ambushed Zalek are its own offshoots that it creates in order to protect itself. And they have a weird sort of differentiation between each other. You know that the offshoots themselves are vulnerable to sort of supernatural darkness, whereas the full Wraithvine body has a weakness to supernatural light. And just for posterity's sake, this is what a Wraithvine looks like.
Oh my.
Awesome. I love all the horrifying things in this campaign.
It's Auntie M.
Well, I mean,
I love that everything's
we
plant
are
based.
the eco-terrorists, so.
No, we're not. We're trying to stop them.
That's just a Sealy that's the eco-terrorist.
Oh, okay, so just Sealy. Okay.
No, Bark. Bark's thinking eco-terrorists.
Okay,
It's just
well,
not a hating of humans.
one way or another,
It's just a really violent love of nature.
the conrasu requires our assistance. Let's get down in that hole and kill that Wraithvine. Pull it up by the
Oh, yeah.
roots.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot.
I have a very easy way to lower us all down. Zalek will remain at the top to hold the rope while we all go down, and then I'll summon him back down with us.
Could I do a perception to see if there's a different entry point other than the tunnels to get to the roots?
You can give me another one. With the amount of time you guys have spent here sort of looking around, it's unlikely.
Okay, never mind then.
You can certainly try, though. I don't want to stop you.
Yeah, while they're debating stuff, he'll probably just be looking around.
You found those 5 different entry points into the tunnels. There's very likely not anything else. You're pretty far from each of the offshoots of the Selin River, so there's unlikely any sort of additional entry point like near the river that you could think of or easily find.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's go get caved in, guys.
Yeah,
Why
you're
do
like
you sound
20
so
miles to the nearest water source.
Sorry, what'd you say? You were really quiet.
Me or Yosef?
Joseph.
I was like, Sean, why do you sound so depressed? We're helping people.
Not yet. We haven't found the problem.
Oh, this is true. Damn it.
All
This
right.
is-
The one thing you do find something while you're up there, Sean. I almost forgot to mention. One of those broken down weirwoods, you actually find sort of a ninth one that's almost half buried in the soil in one area, and has a staff clenched in one of its hands. It's this sort of like gnarled staff of wood. Has like a green tinge to it because there's a lot of moss and winding vines wrapped around it, but you do see a number of sort of runes engraved underneath the vines.
Is there any magic coming off of it?
Yeah, it is definitely magical.
I'll try to carefully remove it if I can.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to just like open the hand of the weirwood and pull the staff out. It comes free of the ground pretty easily.
Is this weirwood dead?
They are effectively unconscious, deactivated, you could say.
He'll just kind of pat it and say, like, I'll try to bring this back, fella, but I need it real quick.
All right. That staff is in the inventory now. The party stash, I should say.
Gnarled wooden staff. Cool.
So,
Can I try to identify it, or are we ready to just kind of go into the tunnels? I don't want to hold up the party.
I mean, let's go ahead and try and identify it. I don't see why not. Might be useful down there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, if it is magical, you'd have to take a long rest before you can prepare from it.
Oh, that's
Because you
right.
prepare staves during daily prep. Which, I mean, it is after 6 p.m. at this point, so...
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
we're not gonna camp in here. We're gonna get ambushed.
Well, I have two hands on my instrument anyway, so I'll just hold off.
Okay. Okay, let's go check those tunnels then. Get in that hole.
Which hole
So
are we
she's-
entering?
The front hole or the back hole? God, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Well, we already went through the back hole, so should we try the front hole this time?
I say we all just split up and everybody jumps down our own hole. I feel like that's probably the safest bet.
You just tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Yes, she did.
Yep.
The front hole it is then. I hear the front hole is cleaner than the back hole.
Yeah, but it's not as tight,
Actually, yes.
which might be helpful in this case.
Yes.
You all need help.
Front.
I'm just gonna say.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
So, which hole is that? Because you went in the southernmost hole. There's 2 to the east and 2 to the west, effectively.
Let's go. Let's start clockwise and go through the northwestern hole.
I'm good with whatever.
Yeah.
That would be dropping down into the tightest passage.
What's the loosest passage?
Dear
The
God,
widest.
though.
The southernmost or the east-southeastern ones?
Let's just go
Okay.
south and work our way from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw south previously, so we may
Yeah.
as well.
Alright.
Can't dwell on the bit too long.
You can. No one's stopping you. I may be judging you, but...
It's gotta be it's gotta be a recurring joke though. If it's just constant, then it gets old.
Alright. Well, as you all sort of make your way down into the passage proper, I'll go ahead and bring you guys over to this map.
Oh boy. Damn. This is. Yeah, this is a tight fit.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So at the moment,
Okay.
Yosef and Seraphinus, the two of you can move just fine. For Asili, Bark, and Sean, it's difficult terrain.
Okay.
I will let you guys know when you reach points where it becomes difficult terrain for small creatures and crawling conditions for large.
Okay. Do we just want to leave Zalek off the map for now, Jericho, and then only bring him in if combat starts?
Sure.
Okay. For
Actually, no, I feel
positioning?
like it's important for positioning purposes. We have him on the map as well.
Okay. And I will have shrunk him to a small-sized creature so he can move around freely.
Okie doke.
So, all right. The Raphinus, do you want to take the lead, and I'll bring up the rear with Zalek?
Sure. Looks like we have
Is-
multiple. Oh, good.
Is Seraphinus taking the lead?
Yeah, I might actually not be riding Stumpy through here.
Okay. I sort of figured, since Stumpy is medium at this point,
Yeah.
it would be harder for Stumpy to move around.
For whoever's up front, I'm going to cast Sanctuary so that if you
Okay.
do get ambushed, they have to overcome my DC to
Sure.
hit you.
That does only
Okay.
last a minute, keep in mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is only a minute.
And before you move any further, Seraphinus, I would like to go ahead and once more confirm what exploration actions everyone is taking.
Let me go ahead. Oh, I thought I had. Oh, wait, where is it?
You've got Scouting
Uh,
turned on right now, Sean.
Zalek
Yeah.
will have Search on.
Seek.
I'm putting on Detect Magic.
And
I
then,
will-
let's see, Yosef will have... he'll have Scout.
Okay.
Oh, whoop. Scout. There we go.
Are you still trying to track Bark?
There's
Not really much
someone else
to
seeking,
track
or yeah, I want to seek.
Sure. And now I will
And-
mention both Seraphinus and Yosef are both scouting right now. If one of you wanted to change,
I'll-
I'll change.
okay, cool. Cool.
Which pets should I choose?
oh yes, I should ask. Asili and Bark, are you guys bringing a companion down with you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Isabel remain above.
Okay.
It's so much, not a lot of room in here.
Yeah, it'd be hard for a bird to fly around down here,
Mhm.
especially a medium-sized bird. Who do you want with you, Asili?
I'm not really sure. Give me just a second. I'm sorry.
Take your time.
Wasn't thinking that I could bring one.
They're gonna struggle to move still, but you can bring one with you. And those of you who are searching, feel free to give me that perception check now.
I'm using Detect Magic with that
Yep.
counter now.
No, you do not need to give me a check for that right now.
Does flanking only work on melee attacks?
Yes.
Yes.
Yosef, what are you changing your action to, or have you not decided yet?
I'm actually trying to find one that no one else is doing.
There aren't
You
a ton.
can, yeah, you can always just keep searching.
Yeah.
It's always beneficial to have multiple people searching.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I'll search along with everybody else. I'll give
Avoid
you that
notice if you
perception
want to roll
check.
stealth for initiative.
I bring Tucker.
I would not recommend bringing a bird down here because there's not really room to fly. Tucker
But
would
he's a
most-
raven.
He's a medium-sized raven. So he's about
Big.
as big as you and Bark and Sean.
It's a big freaking raven.
It is.
Mhm.
Yeah. You
Like
can.
from the movie
He's
Bird?
just gonna be mostly stuck using his land speed down here, as opposed to
Hmm.
being able to fly.
Well, then I don't care.
Bring Velociraptor.
I was gonna say that would be a good one. A land bird.
Land bird.
Okay.
All right. Velociraptor.
Wonderful day in the neighborhood.
All right. Well, I have your guys' rolls. I have your tokens. You are free to move about as you see fit. I will tell you when to stop.
All right, everyone, get in front of me because me and Zalik are bringing up the rear.
So split up. Got it.
Yes. Hey, you have 4 different paths.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yours?
I kind of want to go around the perimeter first, honestly. Like going clockwise around the perimeter, so the southwest.
I'm just waiting for Yusuf and say like I can't move.
All right. When Seraphinus gets there, I will need to know where everyone else is.
All right, I'm just moving so people can get by me. I would have been in the rear.
I'm just following behind these two.
Asili.
Okay.
Kim.
You're muted.
The Diglett's got her. I will avenge you.
All right, there we go.
All right. When you guys get to about here, as you're taking up the lead, Seraphinus, that same sort of movement catches your attention that Zalik noticed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The wall trembling slightly ahead of you.
Okay. I guess Seraphinus will just kind of like poke his lance at the point in the wall where it's shaking.
Sure. That is when I will go ahead and ask everyone to roll initiative.
It hasn't been a minute yet, has it, since I cast it over here?
Sanctuary?
Yeah.
No, it has not. You would still have Sanctuary on Seraphinus here.
Okay, cool.
All right. Bark, as Seraphinus takes note and pokes his lance, scraping away a bit of the dirt on the wall, you're up first to actively act here.
Let's have some fun.
Cast cave in.
You can't always delay.
Well, let me cast insect form. Huh. It's weird. It says cannot cast insect form with 3rd rank on of spell slots. But it's a primal focus spell.
It is very weird. Because it's not actually a focus spell, I believe it is... It's either your Untamed form or Untamed shift that lets you take on an insect form, correct?
Yeah, that's why it's doing it.
Because insect form is not actually a focus spell in and of itself.
Does it work? Yep, there it goes. And
There
I
you
come
go.
back.
Nice. All right.
And I climb up above Seraphinus, so I'm like right here, about 10 feet above.
Sure. Well, not really 10 feet above, because the cavern's only, or the tunnel's only about 4 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
So you could get 4 feet up to be on the
Yep.
roof.
Yep. That way I'm a little thing, and then I'm just gonna hide.
Little silly rat. All right, trying to hide as well. Go for it. Or I guess you wouldn't be able to hide since you don't have the actions for it.
Oh yeah, right. Moved. Right.
Then Seraphinus, that'll bring us to you.
Okay. Can't see myself under bark pine. I'm pressing Z. It's not moving.
Because Bark has a height set on their
Okay.
token. That's why I'll just move Bark for that purpose.
Okay. I'll like scooch forward. Where is the earth moving?
Right about here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of get over here to provide a flank. Or actually, because I have reach on my lance, right? So I can probably, yeah, I'll like move a little bit further so that when it pops out, I can reach, stab it. And then, yeah, I guess I'll pass for now.
Do you want to ready an attack action?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, already an attack action.
Sure. Might as well instead of passing.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, that brings us to you.
Okay. Well, seeing everyone get ready, I'm just gonna start buffing people. So I'm gonna use. I have that back. Courageous Anthem. I forget. Is there a thing that gives this to everybody, or is
No,
everyone just dragging
has
onto
to drag it
themselves?
onto themselves manually.
Oh, actually, let me just double check something because it'll determine order.
Sure. You'd do lingering composition first if you wanted to do that.
I'm gonna hold off because I don't know that this is something that I would need it for. This
Fair.
could be a false alarm. So, I guess it would be harmonized first. Then I would do Courageous Anthem.
Perfect. That way you can do another.
Yeah. And then I will do Rallying Anthem as well for everyone.
Okay.
Everyone should have bonuses to attack and AC.
Very
And
nice.
that's 3 actions to do all those. So.
All right.
Everyone, don't forget your anthem.
Yes, grab both of your anthems, everyone.
Okay.
Hurrah!
Freaking Sean just like guitar solo.
Some kind of dramatic chase music.
Yeah, there you go.
Bark, I don't think you have.
Rallying. Yep, I had to.
Bark has them. They're just not appearing because she's shifted forms. Sometimes Foundry gets a little bit weird with maintaining effects. She can actually see what she has when she's selected on her token, though.
Yep.
I gotcha.
All right. That is going to bring us to one of these offshoots that you have determined to be an offshoot of the Wraithvine. It is going to use its first action to burrow its way out of the wall, and Seraphinus, that will trigger your held attack.
Okay.
We tried to play
Phenomena?
nice.
We did try to play nice, and it didn't want to.
It's just burrowing out of the wall.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it tried to kill Zalik earlier.
Yeah.
Well, have you considered it might be because Zalek smells?
Yeah.
I have, yes, and that's not valid.
It's
I don't have
slightly
a nose.
but you know.
That is a hit.
Max damage. Nice.
18 points of damage to this thing. Yikes. Alrighty. Now, it is going to do everyone's favorite, and I have to actually pay attention here. This is an auditory-based shriek. So it is going to catch everyone in the area. So I will need everyone in the party to please give me a will save here.
Alright, I will do my counter performance now, though.
If you do
So
that is going to automatically end, at the very least, your rallying anthem because of the nature of composition spells. If you cast a new composition
I didn't
spell,
see this.
any ongoing effects end.
I didn't see that was a composition. I
Yeah.
thought that was a different effect.
All of your
Never
focus
mind.
spells are compositions. That is the downside of that. Yosef just barely failing. Success for Sean with that hero point. Failure for Sir Raphanus. Success for Bark.
A hero point was actually useful for once.
I'm so proud of you. A Sealy succeeding. Zucker. Velociraptor failing. And can you give me that roll for Zalik as well, please?
Yes.
Since he was just barely within that 30 feet. Okay. So those who failed become sickened 2. Those who succeeded will become sickened 1.
Ew, spider puke.
Gross! Ew!
Isn't that just silk?
Depends on what they ate or who
That
they
could
ate.
be a lot of silk.
And then sickened 2 on Sir Raphanus. Alright, that should be the effects on everyone proper. Look at how many effects are on tokens right now. That is a lot. And it is going to follow it up. You were the one who stabbed it, and you make an easier target than the spider, Sir Raphanus. So it is going to swing its root at you, which does have reach.
Okay.
And I believe a 28 will hit.
Yep.
10 points of slashing damage dealt to you with your nice little... I believe, is that your armor?
How does Sir Raphanus have? Sir Raphanus
Oh no, that's Rallying Anthem.
Oh no, it's my rally. It's my rallying anthem.
I forgot it
Yeah.
gives resistance to physical damage. Nice.
Also, how did Sir Raphanus said you only have 21 AC? I thought you were a fighter.
I don't have my shield raised right now.
I mean, just like your armor should be more than mine. Like my AC is only 22 right now.
I mean, I'm wearing full plate.
Sickened. Oh, because you and I both put sickened on you. So
Oh,
you're listed
okay.
at sickened 4 right now.
I'm like,
Oh, and you took it off
Okay.
too. I'll put it on you. Don't worry.
okay.
I got you.
Okay, that makes more
So
sense.
23 is what it should be right now.
Okay, I accept my fate.
You take 3 poison damage.
Ow.
And become the worst condition a marshal could possibly ever suffer from. Stupefied.
No.
The horror.
Mm.
Now, while that is happening up at the front of the snake of people, there is another one that is going to pull itself out of the wall at the back of the pack as well, behind Zalik. And I mean, one of them has already screamed, and this is the one that screamed earlier, so it cannot scream again. So it is just going to bite Zalik.
Alright.
And Nat won that roll. So unfortunately miss. So it is going to follow up with the strike with the root as well. That one is going to hit, unfortunately, for 8 slashing damage. And if Zalek doesn't mind, I would appreciate another fortitude save from him.
Of course.
It's the effect he so loved dealing with earlier.
I know, right?
This time, though, he'll be entirely fine.
Okay.
And that's going to bring us to you, Yosef.
Okay. Now, is our sickened condition tied together, or is it separate?
It should be separate, I believe. Because you both suffer from your own conditions.
Okay. So, act together, we're both gonna each retch once.
Okay.
So I'll do Yosef's first. Just a
Synchronized vomit.
Yeah, I know. Fortitude.
Never put those words together again, please.
Yeah.
That is a success for you, Yosef, so you can go ahead and we'll reduce your sickened condition down to 1.
Okay, now for Zalek.
That is also a success for Zalek. Very, very nice.
Okay, and then Yosef is going to cast Reinforce Eidolon as one action on Zalek.
All right.
So let's put that on him. And then Zalek is going to use the 4th action to attempt to bite on this thing.
Sure. That is a hit, unfortunately, just barely missing the crit because still sickened 1.
Gotcha. Alright. Here we go.
Solid 11 damage, though. All right.
And that shall end off our turn.
Very nice. Bark, that brings us up to you.
All right.
I did just take the moment to think about it, and because you are still a medium creature, I believe, you still basically fill the passage. You're just upside down right now compared to everyone else.
Yep. And giant spider.
Big spider.
Did Silly take her turn?
She did not. Good call. Thank you for the reminder. She is not feeling super well right now, so she has stepped away for an uncertain period. But I'll go ahead and have her delayed until the end, and we'll have her go here before you, Bark. I apologize.
Okay. I have to figure out all my bonuses anyway.
She is going to... I think she'll just move forward with 1 action. That's as far as she can get with that action. She can see the Wraithvine offshoot is going to have lesser cover, but that doesn't matter against Electric Arc. So she'll go ahead and cast it. The Wraithvine's offshoot will fail the reflex save and take a grand total of 9 electric damage. And Velociraptor is just going to stay here, actually, in case you need to be backed up, Yosef. Now we're up to you, Bark. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Alright. There's just so many things you have to try and figure out at first.
That sounds like a hit. 7 points of piercing damage plus 1d4 persistent poison. Very nice. One of the things I did forget to mention, that's my bad because I just can't read, the electric damage Asili dealt seemed to be partially absorbed by this offshoot. It didn't seem to deal nearly as much damage as it should have. Another hit. Ah!
Yeah, bark pine.
Very, very nice. Funny enough, if it were not for Courageous Anthem, that would have technically missed.
Would have been a regular hit if it was
Would have been a
nat 20.
regular hit at that point, but it would have been funny. Now, that was just a web strike, so instead of becoming damaged, it entangles it.
Mm-hmm.
Weird wording. Should it be grabbed or immobilized from that? Is the question.
Let me see. Entangled.
I believe immobilized is what it should become. Unable to move.
That's a fungi in the area. Entangled creatures. Difficult terrain. That's the spell entangle.
Yeah. That is kind of weird that it just says entangles for 1 round. Going off of how a regular spider's web attack works, it would immobilize them.
Makes sense.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Then, Seraphinus, we are up to you. Oh, I see. It looks like Entangle was a condition back in the playtest for 2nd edition. And they just never fixed it. That's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Seraphinus, are you back with us?
Yes, apologies.
No worries. It is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to retch. Get some of this sickened off me.
Yeah, why not?
Hey!
Hot dog!
Look at that.
Okay. And as Seraphinus, I don't know, he wiggles his roots to vomit or whatever. He's gonna go ahead and make an intimidating strike.
Go for it.
Makes a tiny poop in the tunnel.
Okay.
That
It will
is a
become
hit.
frightened 1, as well
Very,
as taking
very
damage.
nice. And it can become frightened. Taking 11 points of piercing damage. All right. Sean, we are up to you. As all effects across the board end.
Alrighty. The second go, that doesn't go away once at the end of each turn, right? I have to retch to get rid of it.
Yes. Yep. Though typically out of combat, if there isn't another fight imminent, I will allow you guys to just get rid of it without making saves. Because you can typically just spend as much time as necessary.
Right now I'm pinned between everyone, so I'm not too worried about the second. So what I'm going to do is now I will do a lingering composition.
Sure. Very, very
almost
nice.
a crit success, not quite.
Almost. Yeah, you guys are level 6. So DC is 20. Oh, that is actually just 1 off. That is tragic. If you weren't sick, that would have crit.
Oh, that's true. And if I had my what's it called? Musical accompaniment, that would have done it.
Oh, there you go.
But you know what? I'll take it. Let's see,
you know what? Real quick, as you're getting that effect for everyone, I completely forgot. What is your spell DC, Sean?
21.
Which should be 22, because this would have been before you were sickened.
If you're talking about the attack you did earlier, Seraphinus attacked him first.
Oh, you're right,
reaction.
which would have ended Sanctuary. Good call, good call.
Yes.
Never mind.
I would have shouted it out if it no longer applied.
Everyone go ahead and grab that Courageous Anthems Lingering Success version.
Thank you, Sean. Always love the
Thank you.
buffs.
Oh yeah.
This is basically all I can do because I can't see either enemy. So
It is a pity that you cannot harmonize a Lingering Composition spell. I guess, no, you could.
it should stack because I
'Cause
can
you would-
still do harmonize and then do another one. I just can't do two. I can't do two lingering compositions.
Right. Yes, because harmonize is if your next action is to cast a composition, and you would effectively cast Lingering Composition.
Yeah, so that would kind of cancel each other out.
Funky.
But yeah, harmonize and then I would do another rallying anthem.
Sure.
But I want to test them. Oh yay, that did work.
You just give yourself.
I grabbed the aura.
Nice.
Yeah, I gave grabbed the aura and put it on my bar, but I forgot that was the aura, not just the regular effect. So yay, now
Only
people don't have
downside
to
of
worry
the
about
aura is it won't go around corners. And since it is.
that. Oh, it doesn't?
Auras act like emanations in
so-
Foundry, so they are blocked by walls. Because it is an
That's so
emanation, it's
weird.
not actually an aura. So, but because it is an auditory-based effect, I let that move around corners. Because that just makes sense to me.
Okay. Well, whoever doesn't have it, go ahead and drag that rallying anthem on yourself.
Seraphinus, rally thyself.
I'm rallying myself.
And
Hey,
and,
is that your turn?
Yes, because I did two cantrips and harmonize is an action.
Fun. Just sitting there in the middle buffing people. Alright.
Yeah, that's bards in a
Bard
nutshell for you.
life.
We are back to the northern offshoot here. Currently frightened and immobilized and taking persistent poison damage. Unable to move, struggling just a tad. At the top of the round, Zalik and Seraphinus. Zalik succeeded the save against poison earlier, actually, so it's just Seraphinus.
Correct.
I need another fortitude save, please. Hilariously, you're
Those
in
things
the
that really-
perfect position to become confused.
Hey,
But you're also
I'm
fine.
good.
Very nice.
Just thinking about rallying anthem is that it affects all saves, not just fear.
That is
Yeah.
very good. I suppose I should have my dice accessible to roll randomly for attacks, shouldn't I? Since both the spider and the leshy have attacked it. Ow. Its goals are beyond your comprehension. And it's going to attack the spider with a bite.
Probably a good idea.
It is going to miss the spider with a bite. Unfortunately. And so it's just going to follow up by slashing at you with a root. Which is also a hit, damn it. Nope. Alright, well, very effective turn on my part. We are up
I am
to...
Girl Barber.
It takes 2 poison damage and does not overcome it as we move on to the other one's turn. Is going to bite Zalik. Classic.
Okay.
I hit. Hee ho ho ha ha. For 10 piercing damage. But better than that. So much better. Since it used its jaws, it can attempt to grab you. Fuck! It fails. Oh, well. I really wanted to
Good.
grab. Not good. Sad. Big sad. I
Big
wanted to
sad.
grab. Yosef, I'm going to give you lesser cover here because it is going to attack you with its vine.
Okay.
And Zalik is in the way. So it is going to, at map, attack you. And I forgot to target you. I am so sorry. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, exactly on the dot.
Rough. So that is going to deal 10 damage to you. Very consistent with the 10 damages. And from you, I will need a fortitude save, please.
I'm
Oof.
going to re-roll that.
All right. Classic. You are going to take ye olde 2 poison damage. Very effective. But stupefied might actually be slightly problematic for you. And that brings us to your turn.
Stupefied
Yosef.
Is stupefied a mental effect?
It does not have any traits.
Okay.
It is just a penalty on his intelligence, wisdom, and charisma-based checks and DCs, and he must make a flat check anytime he attempts to cast a spell.
And I'm going to attempt a spell.
Okay.
It's whoop, that's Zalik. I'm going to attempt boost Eidolon. So
All right.
here we go. Now when I hit the cast button, it'll auto roll it for me, correct?
I think. Hey, there you go.
Okay, so good old Zalik gets that. This is act together, just. And then Zalik is going to do some chompy chomps on the root pain in the ass.
Just Zalik and the plant biting each other.
Yep.
Classic. That is a hit
Aw.
because
Oh,
of
it is.
Courageous Anthem.
Nice.
"17 points of piercing. Goodness gracious. All right.
Then he's gonna follow it up with a claw.
Sure. That one will not miss. Or not hit.
Okay, and then as the last action, Yosef is gonna try to cast another spell on Zalik.
Okay.
Reinforce Eidolon. Let's see if I can pull it off twice. Yep.
Very nice.
So then he gets Reinforce Eidolon instead of Boost Eidolon. There we go. That
Alright.
will end our turn.
Now, I should mention, Reinforce Eidolon and Rallying Anthem are both status bonuses, so they will not stack with one another.
Got it.
So, now Reinforced Eidolon is resistance to all damage, as opposed to the only resistance to physical damage that Rallying Anthem provides.
Yep.
So, that would be the difference there. And you want to keep that?
Yes.
Okay. Then we are
Also,
going to... Mhm. What, Sean?
Also, one other thing I want to point out: did you do boost Eidolon this turn as well?
Yep.
Because it says you can't have both, so reinforce is going to replace boost.
He did
Oh yeah,
that.
I already took it off.
He was on top of it.
Just making sure, because you could have boost and my AC buff if you wanted.
That is true.
No, just as it is.
All right. Asili, seeing that these things are weak to, or resistant to electricity damage, do you think she'd pull out the fire here? Use an ignition? I imagine so.
Yeah,
Always
she does
fire
hate
time.
plant people.
Yeah. Or, Bark, are your hand wraps striking right now?
Yeah.
Okay, then Runic Body would not be any help to you.
Although I don't know if it stacks within my druid, my animal forms either. So
That's fair. That is fair. Yosef, just for my confirmation's sake, are your hand wraps striking as well? It looks like it.
Yep.
Okay, so Runic Body right now not really doing anything to buff anyone. Except maybe like... No, wouldn't buff the Lost Orchard. Never mind, I'm talking to myself. Alrighty.
I think it would buff me because my hand wraps don't carry over to animal form.
Untamed Form does give you a +2 status bonus. Alright. We're going to cast just to see if it gives you the buff here. So right now you're dealing +13 to hit D6. So yeah, it should buff. And Asili, because of the Primeval Mistletoe, can cast Runic Body once per 10 minutes. On to you, Bark. It did not buff the effects of your attacks.
Nope.
And I think that's just how Untamed form works.
Yeah,
But
because you get the bonuses from being heightened.
yeah.
That's how Lou explained to me.
Yeah. All right, then we'll take that action back since we were just checking anyways, mostly. Things you learn every day. Untamed Druid's really weird.
Yeah.
So, Acelia, I think, is just going to cast Ignition on this thing, which is going to have lesser cover just because there is a big spider in the way. But I believe that Acelia will get a good roll here. Just like that. For 8 points of damage, and, I mean, Bark, Seraphinus, you two would very clearly see, it's a plant. It burns easily. We love to see it. If you're an insect
Celia
form,
cast
you're
Fireball.
technically an animal. You do have the animal trait. That's really funny. So heal animal would work on you right now.
Wow.
Funny things we're learning. I think Celia's going to use her last action to just try and retch the sickened condition away. And instead we'll get a free hero point. Bark, we're up to you.
All right.
Retching the ultimate hero point farm. When you think about it.
This is true.
Buddy.
That is a hit, missing the crit because you're still sickened 1, though.
That second is paying dividends.
All right. I'm going to try to retch.
Go for it.
That's Fortitude.
Yep. That is not a success, unfortunately.
I'll try again.
Sure.
Can I do it?
Yeah. No limit on how many times you can try it.
Oh.
No dice. Very sorry.
Right, so
I mean, the dice was right there.
Nope. Okay.
Oh. Sean,
And
I'm
my
not
turn.
laughing at your bad joke. Seraphinus, we are up to you. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna.
I got rid of the effects on everyone, but you should still have Courageous Anthem at least.
Yeah,
I'm
both the effects would be going.
gonna stab a bitch.
Okay. Did you mean to deactivate your light spell on you?
Yes.
Okay.
Because my Alicorn Lance lights up instead.
Ah.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go for a vicious swing this time. Get that nice dice bonus.
Sure.
Not a vicious bone in your body.
That is a hit.
Roar!
14 points of damage. That's going to do the deed against this one.
Okay.
To
Cool.
end its existence. Hey, and that one to recover from the poison after it was dead.
Okay. And then is there still one over here?
You guys can still hear the sounds of fighting way at the back of the party, yes. All right.
That'll be my turn as I rush forward to aid my friends, my comrades.
Sure. Now we're back up to you, Sean. That would be when Rallying Anthem ends.
Yes.
I had hit end turn at the same time Bark did, which was why it jumped forward onto your turn.
Yeah. So, question: can I do this to end stupefied or no?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because stupefied is not a mental effect.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my composition back up. So first action, harmonize. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna come down here and see what's going on.
Sure.
Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to cast command on it, since these things seem sentient. Or at least somewhat of a brain. And try to get it to drop prone
Okay.
on its turn.
All right, I'll give that will save for you. It is going to succeed. Unfortunately.
Okay.
It hears you, but you get the sense it's sort of that same thing to when you tried to draw them out earlier with your music. Whatever the actual Wraithvine is, the connection it has is almost overpowering what you're able to try and convince it to do.
Gotcha.
At the top of that offshoot's turn, Yosef, you are suffering from its poison. I am going to need a fortitude save from you.
Of course.
That is another failure, my good sir.
Okay.
So the stupefied will persist another round. You'll take 5 points of poison damage. You will also become confused.
Okay.
So you can do nothing aside from striking or casting offensive cantrips. And it has to be, the targets are determined randomly by me.
So, question.
Mhm.
Since me and Zalik share an action pool,
Mhm.
can Zalik just eat all the actions himself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, which is very, very funny.
Yep.
Then, just to do our best here, we're going to... No, we're gonna try and grab one more time. We'll go for the jaw strike against Zalik, which is going to hit for 14 points of damage. All right. Now, you should take half of this, because there is the reinforce Eidolon on to take half. Or I guess not half. It's resistance
1.
Yeah, because it's half a spell strength, so heal 1.
Okay. How do I do that?
Just
Oh,
Add
just
1
go.
to your
go.
HP.
Oh, okay. I thought there might be a button.
there is now. The other funny thing, because you took damage, you get to attempt a DC 11 flat check to overcome confusion.
Okay.
Or I guess the big question
Well,
is this realistically you taking damage? I don't think so. You guys share an HP pool, but Zalik is the one actually taking the damage. So, I'll look that up later, but at the moment I don't think that would work to attempt to end your confusion.
Okay.
Summoner, another weird class that you're always looking things up about.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, guys.
Question: Did Yosef just get the confused?
Yes, at the
Or is that
top
from
of
last
this
turn?
creature's turn.
Okay. I can try and get rid of it next turn.
It is going to attempt to grapple Zalik with its second action. It is going to succeed this time, so Zalik will become grabbed. And because I've grabbed Zalik, I can now drain Zalik's blood. So
Okay.
Zalik is going to go ahead and take 11 points of untyped damage. And unfortunately, Zalik does not have the plant trait, so I don't gain temp HP. Big sad. However, Zalik will also become drained 1. Which,
Okay.
funny enough, I shouldn't affect your max HP. I guess it does technically.
Yeah.
This is
just
really
sure.
fucking weird.
So I should lose 6 health.
Yeah. Because you guys share a pool of hit points, so yes, technically it does reduce the...
Yeah. If I remembering correctly, we share conditions. Unless the condition specifically targets You know what? Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You confuse me sometimes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
I think that's
but
just our group in general.
the hit point loss and the max hit point reduction are applied to the health pool of you guys right now. Now, I believe the way that works is if you were to become drained 1 as well, it would not lower the health pool any further. But I'll look that up later, because that's effort and I don't support it. Anyway, Yosef, we're up to you.
Well, Zalek's taking all the actions.
Sounds good.
So, what are my options since I'm grabbed again?
So he can attack just fine. If he tries any other manipulate action, he has to make a DC 5 flat check. You cannot move right now because you're immobilized. You can attempt to escape, though, which would entirely end the grabbed condition.
And escape is just a reflex save?
It is athletics, acrobatics, or your unarmed attack modifier, whichever is highest. If you use the escape button in the basic action macros, it will automatically use the highest one.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. It is an attack action, so it will cause map on your other actions.
Got it. Yep, let's try that.
That is a success. You are no longer grabbed. Zalek can do the rest of his turn just fine.
Okay, and he's gonna try to retch.
Okay.
Because this is... I hate Zikin so much.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's almost a
It's
20.
just longer lasting frightened.
Alright, and then on the last one, his last action, he'll try for a claw.
Go for it.
Miss.
No dice, unfortunate. Asili's turn. It's going to bring her down to here. She can't really see around the corner, unfortunately, and she can't move very much because of being medium-sized. So there's really not much she can do here, aside from just retch herself and try and get rid of the effect. So we're just going to give her some more fortitude saves. Failing. Sir Raphnis, would it actually have been easier for Asili to stay back so you would have space?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Then she will remain there. And manage to overcome Sickened with her last action. Bark, we are up to you.
Skitter. Difficult terrain, or is it difficult terrain?
It is difficult terrain right now, so every square of movement costs an additional 5 feet.
Yep. So 10, 20, 30.
Mm-hmm. You cannot share that space right now with
Yep.
Asili.
10, 20,
Mhm.
30. Then I have to do an acrobatics check to tumble through.
Yes. Now, if you fail that acrobatics check, it is going to force you back all the way over here.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the last place you could stay in.
I'll reroll.
Sure. I believe that actually fails. You can target the creature, keep in mind, and tumble through is in the basic action macros. It is against a reflex DC, though, I believe.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
It just barely fails. I'm so sorry. You try skittering forward as fast as possible. You know what? Because there is a gap there around the side, and technically diagonal movement is possible, I am going to allow you to move entirely to here with your movement if you would prefer.
Okay.
Using all of your actions. If you're okay with that.
Yep, I am fine.
All right. Then, Sir Raphnis, we're up to you. Hey, the dead offshoot finally stops being poisoned.
So I will have to spend like 2 stride actions getting in here. It's gonna be kind of rough.
You were
But
right there, and what's your movement speed?
25.
Should just be 20, right?
Oh
'Cause
yeah, it
you
is
have
just 20.
full plate.
Yeah.
So
So it's gonna be like, oh, geez, can I? Oh,
you
no,
can get there exactly with 2 actions.
okay.
However, because I required a tumble through roll from Bark Pine, I am going to ask
Oh.
that from you as well.
Okay,
The
that's
DC is
fair.
going to be lowered because of that diagonal movement,
Mhm.
but I am going to ask for it just to keep
Fair enough.
consistency.
Fair
Watching
enough.
Roughness waddle through is so adorable.
I
Seraphinus
can't
just
imagine
like,
that gets me through.
no, unfortunately. Not a crit fail, but it will keep you back here.
Yeah. Oh, let me at him! Let me at him! And that's just kind of my turn because I
Sure.
don't have.
Seraphinus is just trying to like push people aside to get there. Sean, we're up to you.
Okay. Do I have anything to really? I do not do. Got one more round on the Courageous Anthem. I guess we'll just harmonize. Do another rallying anthem.
Sure.
This is for anyone who's behind a wall. Oh, and then for the confusion, can I do snap out of it?
It's not technically a mental effect. Conditions.
Confusion's
do not
not a
have traits on
mental
them.
effect?
Correct. Conditions don't have traits.
Are what?
Wait.
Fairly sure, right?
I'm confused. Then what does this even do then? Because
Okay, snap out of it.
Oh no, confusion is mental. God, I am a fool. I am sorry.
I'm like, huh?
Because I had
Okay,
the frightened struggle stuck in my head again, where frightened isn't
Okay.
technically a mental effect, and stupefied is not a mental effect. Confusion wait, no, I'm looking at the confusion spell, not the condition. The confusion condition does not have the mental trait. Conditions don't have traits.
Oh,
I am
because
right.
it has to be affected by a mental effect, but the confusion is from a poison, which is a
Yes.
physical effect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
wait. Okay, I'm lost here.
This
so
is not a
So-
mental effect on Zalek right now. That is
Zalek is
for
poison.
This is-
Yosef.
so this confusion is because of poison.
Yes,
Yes,
which is
it is a-
entirely physical.
Okay, so confusion itself isn't.
Yeah, is not a mental thing because there's conditions and Pathfinder do not have traits. So it is entirely from the effect that the condition itself is derived from that you would be attempting to counteract.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you wanted to get rid of my stuff, you'd have to get the poison off of me.
Okay.
We love Pathfinder. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I do.
So
It could
I
be
don't have
worse.
a lot
It
of
could be
one.
Palladium.
I don't have a lot of one action things, so I guess I'm going to try and bond mow him.
There you go.
I can all play Rollmaster.
Keep in mind, whenever we get confused or we struggle with Pathfinder rules, we could be playing D&D 5e.
Mm-hmm.
That would just barely
Oh.
fail because of the second.
Yeah, it's not a crit fail though, so
Not a
whatever.
crit fail. That's the good news.
That's my turn.
All right. Back to the offshoot. It is no real benefit to try and drain Zalek at the moment. It is going to... Actually, it's not even grabbing Zalek anyways. It's going to turn around and try and bite you, Bark.
Okay.
The other one couldn't bite you, but this one believes in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore, it doesn't.
Skitter. Haha.
It's going to try and strike you. With the
Skitter,
vine,
skitter.
which is a miss. Even more so because it should have had the map on it. So we'll turn and strike Zalek one last time, because why not? And that'll miss. And what I forgot to ask, at the top of its turn, Yosef, one more fortitude save, please.
All right, let's see if I can do it this time. Come on.
Implodes.
That is a crit success because of Rallying Anthem. You lose the poison entirely, going from stage 2 all the way down to stage 0. Completely overcoming it. Very, very nice.
Yes.
All right. I got rid of the sickened on you on accident, because I cannot read effects. And that's going to end its turn and bring us to you, Yosef, right as the confusion clears from your mind.
All right, me and Yosef, me and Zalek are both gonna retch.
Yosef and Yosef.
Yeah, act together. First, the two actions are gonna be retching for both of us.
Go for it. That is a failure for you, Yosef. Your DC is 25 here.
Oh, god damn.
Mm-hmm. No dice for Zalek either.
All right, well, this thing, since I'm not stupefied anymore, this thing's getting a 3rd level Thunder Strike.
Okay. Why not?
There you go.
Decide it's time for it to die. It is going to succeed. Very dexterous little creatures.
Yeah.
But still taking some hefty damage there. Now, once more, you unfortunately didn't see it with the other one, but it does resist electricity damage.
Okay.
So, it does not take the full amount either, but the sonic damage it takes just fine.
Gotcha. Well, that is my turn.
Alright. Asili can't really do much at the moment, so we're just going to pop over to you, Bark.
Alright. Bitey, bitey.
Get it. Yay!
Take my poison.
5 points of piercing damage.
Try again. And then I'll try to retch again.
Alright. Just barely missing with the fangs, and completely getting rid of your second condition.
Jeez.
Alright. Sir Raphanus.
Let me in! Let me in!
You have to be this tall to ride.
Oh my god.
I'll give you one more try.
Okay, thank you.
All because I believe in you.
You shouldn't.
That
I'm
danced on the
losing
20.
faith.
That literally danced. That literally danced on the 20.
Sean, please, kill it.
Or at least make room.
Alright. Well, that composition's done. I thought this thing would have been dead by this point, but
I think we all did.
I'm going to do.
If we're being
Stay
entirely
regular.
fair, you guys can probably kill this thing. It might get like one more round of attacks and hit someone once.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys just want to say you kill it
Sure.
instead of continuing to sit here and roll?
I want to see if I crit it.
Okay, fair enough. It is going to have lesser cover here, so let me put that on before you roll.
Yeah.
It's okay, he'll just roll a 20.
Nah, he'll roll a 16.
Yep.
Okay.
See?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Oh my god, 3 6s, too.
Make sure to double that.
I'm aware. Hey, remember when I just asked if you guys just wanted to end the fight? Fight's over, guys.
Like, all right, that's enough of this. Just pulls out a knife, flings it at it. There. We go now.
Sean is done. The music ended. And
I'm literally playing music on a loop at this point.
as the fight comes to a close, bit late for it, but we are going to go ahead and take our break here. So stand up, stretch, grab some water, and I'll see you all in a few.
Sounds good.
Welcome back. So, As the fight against those offshoots come to a close, what would you guys like to do?
Rid of
Uh,
the
Anybody
second.
like some treat wounds?
I wouldn't mind doing some focusing.
yeah. Let's
I'd like-
chill out. Keep watch before we continue further in.
I'd like to get rid of the second if I could.
Yeah, absolutely. Those of you who are second can just pop that off now.
Jericho, for the drain condition on Zalic,
Mm-hmm.
It's every full night's rest that it goes away, correct?
Correct. After a long rest, drain goes down by 1.
Okay.
So you'll just have to keep in mind that your max HP is technically 6 lower right now.
Okay, so it should be 78.
Yeah, in fact, what I can do
Just
is
put drain 1 on me.
I can add a modifier. Why is it not letting me add that modifier? Type. Oh, because I have to put type in. Type. Drained. Attribute penalty. Hee hee. It doesn't want to keep in mind that. That's rough. Drained. We'll just. Oh, untypes. Haha. So when you look at the modifiers for your max HP, I put in a Zalic drained there. That we'll just have to remember after your long rest to get rid of.
Okay. Who actually needs healed? Like, because I can do a 3-action heal burst if there's enough people.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I think it's you and slightly Seraphinus are the only injured ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Seraphinus, where'd you go?
Just over here.
Here,
I'm
swap with me.
hiding. I'm hiding!
Seraphinus is hiding! Alright, let's do a medicine on you. Where is it? Where is treat wound?
I just used cantrips that entire time. I'll just do a soothe on
you
Yosef.
must target it.
Okay.
Where's... Thank you. Ooh, thank you. Alright, where is... God damn, why can't I... Okay. Wow, the collision in here is awesome. Oh, there you are. Okay. It won't let me do the macro unless I'm targeting you.
I'll just drink a inky healing potion. It's okay.
If we compost these guys into fertilizer, does it count as cannibalism?
Yes.
Certainly for me.
Also, one thing I realize is that I don't have dark vision in this character. So once in the blue moon. So I'm gonna have to give myself a light.
Sure.
That should have given you...
Yeah,
That should have given you 10 more.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and take it.
Yeah, because I just met the higher DC.
You have to choose which DC you're rolling for, is the thing. It's not just if you beat a higher DC, you make more. I believe you have to specifically choose that you are attempting a higher DC.
Okay. So
For anyone else who doesn't have dark vision, feel free to grab a light.
Okay.
I can do 4 of them.
Oh, I see where it is in here. There's a drop-down menu.
Yes.
Okay, so
Or
I'm
which
gonna...
DC you'd like to go again.
Yeah, expert.
All right.
That'll give me that back.
Very nice. Before you guys move any further, are you letting Yosef treat himself?
Hurry up,
Just-
rat man!
I'm just following him so he's not alone.
I'm gonna use my Wand of Heal rank 1 as a 2-action
Okay.
on myself.
I am a
Where's my
big
wand?
boy, Sean. I can go off on my own.
No, you ain't.
How do I use a wand in Foundry?
If you go to your spellcasting tab, and you should see tabs there, like on your actions tab. Activations is where your scrolls and wands and staves appear.
Okay. Draw. Cast.
If anything happens to you, I gotta go on a killing spree.
Healing. heal me for 9. Okay, that puts me 2 away from my max, so that'll do it.
All right. During that time where Yosef is healing, because it does take about 20 minutes, is anyone else doing anything? I know, Bark, you said you were going to refocus.
Yep.
Okay. Sean, were you refocusing for 10 as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. All right. Well, you guys are free to continue your explorations. If those who are searching as their exploration activity want to roll perception again, since the encounter has ended, and you're in like new exploration mode, you're more than welcome to.
Still doing detect magic just in case.
Maybe we should. I think rather than wandering around aimlessly, I think we should maybe head towards the middle, since that's presumably where the withering root or whatever it is going to be, directly under the tree.
Most likely.
Then we could possibly miss, but then we possibly miss loot and encounters.
We
and
will
XP.
we will check the loot after we deal with the main threat.
No, I want to explore.
We will explore after the main threat is dealt with.
That's like something a spy would say. Are you a traitor?
You
Oh,
found me!
Where's
Sarah
my
Rose
light?
note.
Where is it? There it is.
You don't weigh much more than a bulk, right? Can I telekinetic projectile you?
No, small creatures are for a bulk.
Just lifts them up, just carries them telekinetically.
Okay, Darko, can we just say that Zalek's behind me?
Yes, I will delete him and have him return when you guys are finished moving. My god. The constant animations gained and lost from the martial aura is lagging the game.
Okay,
Tell you what, I'll hold still, but I'll just be right behind Seraphimus.
Perfect.
yeah, we've got something coming up here, I think. Yeah.
How
yeah,
do you know?
there's
Could be anything.
I'm
Alright.
Friends!
Because the game paused, that's how we know.
I
Welcome
really wanted to
back,
be annoying. I
Asili.
just have all 3 auras going.
Thank you.
Do you want
Will
me to
you
just...
move me? I'm reloading.
I got you.
Thank you.
Alright. As Seraphinus, you come around the corner and you begin to see into the next room itself. You see enormous roots, most of them easily the size of just regular tree trunks, twisting and bulging from the ceiling and walls of this chamber. It's kind of like half-buried bones from some massive animal carcass. Like you're almost looking at a fossil. This entire chamber appears to have been dug out, providing a much more open and large space. The roof going up to around 10 feet here.
Could I call Stumpy in at this point, since we're reaching, like, if not, that's fine. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Did you have a good way to get Stumpy down, is my question, because I don't think Stumpy can really climb a rope.
Stumpy has a climb speed.
Oh, fantastic. Then absolutely. If during the time that, like, Zalek was healing, or Yosef was healing people up, you wanted to call Stumpy down, even if you weren't going to be riding him at the moment so you could have him, you'd be more than welcome to.
Okay, cool.
Go.
Thank you. Oops. I accidentally double spawned Stumpy.
Okay. I got tokens.
Yeah. So, Seraphinus will turn around, whisper to his friends, I believe the parasite is in the next room. Be ready, friends.
Yeah.
Evil is about.
I mean, you don't just believe it, Seraphinus, because you can see these large pink tendrils propagated across the entirety of the ceiling of this chamber. You see glowing light being drained from the roots it is clinging to into this thing. A tangled sort of mass of tendrils connects the floor to the ceiling in the corner, and what you would probably guess to be the main body of this creature. And you see 3 oversized seed pods hanging from it at that point.
My friends, are we ready?
So
We
wait,
are.
Already here.
I have a question.
I've got an
The-
answer.
We're in the next room has the body, but this room has roots or pink, whatever.
The pink roots are the main body, and they are all in this room. And
There's
no,
nothing
you can't really
in
attack
this
the
room.
roots that are on the roof.
Okay, thank you.
They will. You might be able to do mild damage, but it would be like cutting off the tip of a finger compared to injuring the actual main body of this thing. You cannot cheese my boss fight.
If his friends are ready, Seraphinus is going to, bang his feet against the side of Stumpy, point his lance, and say, "Charge!"
All right, then I'm going to call for initiative being rolled right where you guys are. And I should mention this Wraithvine is going to have a villain point.
Oh boy,
I'm going
spicy.
to remember to mention that in advance this time.
Well, shit. Yeah, I love getting it too. You don't even get the benefit of a hero point, but you know you failed.
All right. Everyone having rolled. Let's get some better music going. Give me half a moment here. Let's get the boss music going. There we go. All right. Sir Raphanus, if you would be so kind, you are up first.
Okay, 2 actions for Cavalier's Charge.
All right. That is not a space you can stay in.
Okay, that's
Good try.
that's fair. Okay, yeah, I'll charge down here.
I do want to mention
a-
there is right underneath one of those oversized sort of seed pods.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome to stay there. I just want to let you know you're right underneath it there.
Okay, it's these kind of green things on the map that look like
it is.
Lipstick.
This
Okay.
space, and this space all have one.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna Cavalier's Charge, running, get a +1 circumstance bonus. This is my charge.
Sounds good.
No, I want this to be a heroic entrance. Fuck off!
Yeah, I agree with that.
Very heroic as you stab forward in this main body. It looks like a solid mass, but as your lance rams forward, the body just splits into numerous what look to be hairs just around where the lance would stab into it.
I'm gonna go ahead and raise a shield with my last action.
Sounds good. All right. That is going to bring us to the first seed pod that is going to drop to the ground, splitting open and revealing yet another one of these little offshoots
Oh no.
on the ground. However, does not look nearly as strong as the ones you've already fought. Not fully formed. Definitely bleh a little bit.
The sapling.
Yeah, exactly. I do want to confirm, who are the people with light cast on them at the moment? Sean, Yosef, and Velociraptor, and Seraphinus, your lance is emitting light?
Mm-hmm.
Zalik would also be out with a light source.
Okay.
But, yeah, he's... I don't have his token.
Alright. Then the offshoot is going to use its first action to stride to here, and is going to bite at you, Seraphinus. Doing its best to hurt you. And miss!
Sorry, actually, no, I'm gonna keep my reaction for my shield.
Sure.
Because I'm tanking right now.
I do forget you have reactive strike. That is.
I'm a fighter.
I always forget when people are fighters. I don't know why, but the fighter class just doesn't exist in my mind sometimes. Fighter? What's that? Reactive strike at level 1? Couldn't be. Unable to hit you with its jaws because of your shield, it is going to just thrash about and try and hit you with its roots.
Okay.
Which is also going to miss. And
It's throwing a tantrum.
that is going to bring us to the Wraithvine itself.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I don't know why they designed a creature with this ability, but because it began its turn in an area of magical light, it is slowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess because it's used to being in the dark like a fungus.
Yes,
I
it
guess.
makes
Yeah.
sense for the creature, but for like gameplay design, a very odd decision to make that, especially because its offshoots have the same effect, but if they're in magical darkness. So it's
Right, that is
interesting
weird.
design, Paizo.
Hmm.
Now I do always have to check. Perfect.
I guess it's to help counteract parties who all have dark vision.
I suppose. But if at least one person only has low light vision in the party, or nothing at all, which is pretty common, the fight just becomes a lot easier. I also assume it is to help out, because it is going to try and hit you with a bite, Seraphinus.
Okay. How exactly is it biting at me?
There's mouths. You just can't
Oh
see
my
them.
god. Look! My shield made 3 attacks in a row miss. I love being a fighter. Holy moly.
It's going to use its villain point on that.
No, it's not.
And that's going to turn it into a hit.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it's used it up already. It's used it up already.
It has used it already. 22
I'm
piercing.
blocking.
Okay.
Nope, Stumpy, you don't take damage.
However, it's less of a mouth and more some of the tendrils sort of detach, snapping in the middle, and just wrapping around you, Seraphinus, trying to find pores that they can push their way into your body.
I don't have pores, I'm a plant!
That's why it's trying.
It's like a Venus flytrap.
However, the younglings get their venom from somewhere,
Oh, true.
so I am going to need that fortitude save from you.
I'll
Just
accept
barely
it.
missing the crit fail. So only base poison damage to you. 1 poison damage,
Woo!
and you are stupefied 1. That could have been
Oh,
real
no.
bad had you failed, or crit failed there. Alright, that does it for its turn because it was... Oh no, that was only its first attack. I'm sorry. I can't think. With its other action, it is going to hit you with a tentacle. And just try and wrap around you a bit more fully here. This is also just barely going to hit for 20 bludgeoning damage. Unfortunately, it does not have the action economy to try and grab you here. So Bark, that's going to bring us to you.
But it's buffing time. I get hasted. That's 2 actions. Untamed shift.
Wahoo! Just doing the 1 action version of Untamed Shift, I imagine.
Yep, it's only 2 actions if I have the bird form.
Perfect. I don't know how these things work. Druids, who reads them?
Speed is 50.
That's fast.
Mm-hmm. 10,
That's a lot of speed.
15. I suppose out here it's no longer difficult terrain.
Correct.
We got 2 here.
When you leave this space, it is going to make a reactive strike against you.
Okay.
As the tendrils sort of fall off the ceiling and try and wrap around you. And I believe that's going to crit for not the greatest roll. 32 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, only about half my hit points.
Hey, there you go. And does that do it for your full turn there?
Yep.
All right. Asili, we are up to you.
I'm getting tentacled here. Help!
When we did our recall knowledge, did we know if they are immune to poison since they poison?
You did not know that.
Okay.
I try to avoid giving combat information if I can help it outside of combat. You guys did get the tidbit about it being weak to magical light, though, when you learned what it
His
was.
little friends were weak to fire too.
Yes, you did learn that the little ones are resistant to electricity and weak to fire. You do not know if that translates over to the big one or not.
Okay. Would you do me a favor and move me and Velocity down 2 turns worth of movement?
Sure, yeah, just moving yourself twice and then commanding Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So 50, you can get to about there. Velociraptor's movement speed. Oh, Velociraptor zooms.
Oh, how fast does he go?
He can go 50, but it is difficult terrain for him right now, so he can effectively move 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. He can get to the edge of the room with his first action and then move into the actual room from there with the other action if you command. If you would like to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he has that flanking ability? Does it only work for me or does it work for any ally? So like if he went and
Velociraptor's-
flanked
his support
for
benefit?
Seraphinus, yeah.
Only for determining whether you and your companion are flanking.
Okay.
Wait, so her companion can't flank for other people?
He can flank normally. The support benefit lets him be 10 feet away
Oh.
instead of right up next to an enemy. Yeah. The big downside I've always found with animal companions is most of them sort of kind of rely heavily on the actual character being melee focused. Or at least being weapon focused. They don't work super duper well for casters most of the time.
Yeah, I'm noticing that.
Velociraptor
Yeah,
can move anywhere you would like in the room with his other action.
Will you flank in the safest way so that for Seraphinus?
The big creature is right up against a wall. It's kind of positioning itself such that it can't be flanked. Unless you guys can make it move.
Yeah. I'll try and get it moved on my next turn.
Don't you have like a little green guy with you too?
Me? I have Stumpy. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I thought it was
The offshoot?
yeah. Or like the seed pod or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
The offshoot is small, which is why it's able to be in the Wraithvine space right now. Velociraptor being medium would not be able to be in its space.
Go ahead and get Velociraptor in here for this turn, and then I'll maneuver so that he can help me with the flank next turn.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, then will you move him to there, please?
Yeah, I'll just kind of keep him off to the side near Bark for now.
I didn't even see you down there.
Unless you'd like him over closer to Seraphinus. But this will be kind of perfect flanking. Bark's in the one space that can flank with Seraphinus. So, Yosef, that's going to bring us to you.
Okay. Could I please have Zalek's token?
No. How dare you ask for that?
Alright. Alright, so act together. Let's see. What is Zalek's speed again? His speed is 25. $15, 25. Jericho, is there any reason I can't see Yosef's token at the same time as Zalix?
Because you're around corners, you have to unselect Zalek, and then you should be able to see yourself.
Ah, okay.
By the way, that would have taken Zalek 2 move actions to get there, you're aware, right? Because of difficult terrain. Oh no, Zalek is small right now, you're right.
Yeah, Zalix, yeah. There we go.
Never mind. There we go.
Okay. That leaves...
Stupid small
who-
creatures being able to move unhindered in my terrain.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a spell,
How dare you?
and it's got a 30-foot range, so I'm gonna put a floating flame right on top of this thing.
Oh, wow.
So just
Alright.
right in its big old space where it can't get away.
That is
Very,
a lot of
very
hate.
nice. So you can place that 5-foot square where you would like.
Oh, whoop. Place 5-foot square. There.
It has the animation. That makes me so happy. Alright.
Then it's gotta roll its save.
Yes, when it appears, it does it. Alright. Surprisingly dexterous because it can just separate its tendrils into those more fine hair-like structures. It does avoid the majority of the flame, so it is going to take half damage, but yet it's a plant still. It's weak to fire. Let's be fair.
Mm-hmm.
And that does it for your turn, Yusuf.
Yes, sir.
All right, Sean. Sean.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna move here instead. Lingering composition, but I'm gonna do it for rally.
Okay. Are you harmonizing it as well, or no?
I can't do both at the same time because it's in the wording. It specifically says your next action or your next spell, so I can't do them both at the same time.
That's fair. Because you'd only be
Unless you
getting the
allow me to,
harmonized
'cause I would be
effects
happy
on
to.
the lingering composition at that point. Which
What's
is
up?
in itself, yeah. Unfortunately, that's a no. I don't believe so.
Temporarily lost, but I'm not going to be able to harmonize this turn anyway. So
I'll do
Because
more
I-
research into it between sessions.
because I'm pretty sure I looked up in forums and the big wording is it specifically says like the next wording. the
Yeah,
next
harmonize would effectively make your lingering composition a harmonized spell, as opposed to whatever your lingering composition then buffs.
action. Yeah. So there, I have to be picky about which one I use first, but I can technically get all of them
Yes.
going because I could do lingering composition for my first one, then use harmonize,
But
and
would you
then
not have to harmonize first? Do the harmonized spell, then the lingering spell?
let me take a look.
Because
Your
you would
next action is
theoretically
casting-
need the harmonized spell active first, otherwise you can't cast another composition.
I could still
spell
do
that
all three
turn.
because I could do harmonize, regular, and then do a lingering.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Okay. But yeah, but because I moved, I don't have the economy to do that. So
Oh, well.
I'm just going to do a lingering competition on the first one. I think that's a crit success.
That is exactly a crit success.
Awesome.
4 rounds of rallying. So long
I
as
run gra-
no other harmonies get cast.
Without harmonize.
Yes.
All right, everyone, grab your effect.
Grab
See,
the
I
effect.
moved.
Grab thine buffs, people.
Let's see, I moved. Lingering compositions. Screw it, I'll try to bond mow that creature.
Fair enough. Why not?
Where's my thing?
That's a crit success.
Hurrah.
Penalty to perception and will saves. All right.
Parasitic venom wannabe.
It would hiss at you if it could, but it can't talk. So, all right, that does it for your turn. That is going to bring us to the other two seed pods that are going to free themselves, drop to the ground, and release their cargo. Unfortunately, the corpses they were digesting only half digested at this point in time, and that's why they are not at full strength. But dropping right next to you, Sir Raffinus, you have used your shield block, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This one is going to remain where it is. It's just going to... It's going to bite Stumpy. Plant-on-plant violence here.
Okay, that's going to be a miss, actually, because my shield bonus applies to Stumpy as well as to me, but it's not on there right now.
Ooh. Is that you're going to have to remind me, is that a specific feat giving you that, or is that just mounted shield? Yep, you both gain that circumstance bonus to AC. Very, very nice. So that, +2 circumstance bonus, right?
Mm-hmm.
My god. 27 AC. Alright, well, if it can't...
Stumpy, strong.
If it can't bite Stumpy, then it's gonna Vine Whip Stumpy. Which is gonna miss. And I'll try one more time.
It's not very effective.
It's gonna miss again. Alright. On to the other one. It is going to drop from the ceiling. It is also going to use its first action to move. And get flanking on you and Stumpy. The question is, does it want to hit you or does it want to hit Stumpy? Let's find out together, shall we? Stumpy it is. We're killing the tree. We're gonna bite Stumpy. We're gonna nat 20 Stumpy.
Stumpy, no!
Die,
My
Stumpy.
valiant steed.
Oh, that is almost max damage.
Stumpy!
We're gonna attempt to grab Stumpy as well now.
It's okay, Stumpy. I prevented 1 point of damage.
Gaming. Oh, that is a nat 1 on the attempt to grab. Stumpy... Can Stumpy grab?
Yeah. Knock him prone, though.
Okay, fair enough. He'll just use his last action to stand back up then.
Okay.
Alright. That is going to end their turn, and Seraphinus, we are back to you.
Okay. I'm going to have Stumpy, since he's a mature companion, he's going to take a step to the right, so that Velociraptor, if he likes, can come help me flank in this square against him when it's Velociraptor's turn again. As for Seraphinus' 3 actions, I'm gonna... Oh my god. Come on. Okay, Seraphinus is gonna raise his shield. That's the obvious one. And then I'm gonna start working on the little ones, I think.
Okay.
I'll go with an intimidating. Actually, that's interesting. I'm gonna try to demoralize. So, hold on. No, I'm doing brain things. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna try to demoralize the one.
His DC is lower because of my Bon Mo.
True. Okay. Yeah, I have an idea.
I'm encouraging it because it's going to be easier to intimidate.
That should have a +1. I don't know if it matters.
It is a crit success either way.
Okay.
And what would
Foul
be the additional +1
beast.
just for my knowledge sake?
Intimidating prowess.
Thank you.
Okay, and then I'm going to shatter defenses against the foul beast, potentially making it off guard.
Alright.
Okay, the foul beast is now off guard to everybody.
Very nice. Good old shatter
Did-
defenses.
Did that take flanking into account?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Foundry's good. Now that you've managed to stab it for the first time, Seraphinus, unlike the little vines, I think I mentioned this already. I might not. I can't brain either. Because it has that ability to sort of separate itself to try and dodge your attacks, you still manage to stab into it. But piercing damage itself, it does manage to sort of separate and minimize that impact it's going to take. So it is going to reduce piercing damage.
My weapons are inefficient against the beast. I will handle the little ones.
That one spirit damage coming in clutch, though.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Make sure he's off guard, please.
No.
Thank you.
Onto the offshoot. The offshoot is going to move over to here.
You said that's not a valid space.
I did. I just wanted to stress you out. Let's see. I could still attack you from there, but it is really funny to just hit you. It is going to stride to here, if you would like to reactive strike.
I'm keeping my shield up for now.
Sounds good.
I'm tanking.
It is going to bite you.
Okay.
And this is the one who... No, it was the Wraithvine itself that poisoned you. The offshoot here is just going to bite. Nom 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 nom. And that's going to hit.
I'll go ahead and block that.
Okay, yeah, near max damage. 16 to you. It is going to attempt to grab you. It's going to do its best. It's probably going to fail here, but we're going to try. That is a crit fail.
I can only knock him prone.
Knock him prone. He'll use his last action to stand back up. That is going to bring us to the Wraithvine itself. Top of its turn, Seraphinus. Please give me that fortitude save versus the venom.
Yep.
Venom. You are fine. You lose the stupefied condition. Take no further damage. It is slowed at the moment, unfortunately.
Frightened.
It is, yeah, we don't care about it being frightened.
I care.
Well, good on you. The question is, what do I want to do with it? How worth it is it to try and get that? Man, the requirements on that ability are real rough. That's so wonky how that works. We're gonna bite Bark Pine here.
Sarah Pine!
No. Love you.
It is going to miss.
Thank you for the
because
frightened.
of the rallying anthem and frightened.
Teamwork
And I
makes
did
the
use
dream.
my villain point, so it's gonna try one more time. Why not? Get a good bite off. Get a good chomp in. Nope. It's gonna roll the same thing multiple times in a row. And bring us to your turn, Bark.
That's a
One for
shot.
the claw. That's a hit. Woo! Boxcars.
Oh!
Now, you deal slashing damage, and very similar to what you just saw with Seraphinus, pulling and separating itself seems to reduce the efficacy of slashing attacks as well.
Oh, I still have 3 actions, so...
There you go. Might as well use them.
Oh, wow.
It's weak to axes specifically.
No, that's only trees.
I'm
This
going
is
to
a tree, technically.
Now I'm a giant beetle.
Huzzah! When you cast that spell, though, I should have said before you gain the effects,
Yeah.
it is going to reactive strike you
Right, yeah.
with a bite. And it'll miss once more.
I have one attack
Man,
left.
the dice do not want me to do well here. Neither do they want you to do well, though, it seems.
Yep.
All right. Asili, we are up to you.
Yay.
Lady, go on a lady.
Sir Velociraja, aid me!
Will you... Where did you want him to move?
Over here, so that he's flanking the little one with me.
Oh,
If
Foundry,
that's
I hate you so much. Okay, there.
Did you check with your kids?
Yeah, nobody's home.
Okay, that's weird.
And then I'm gonna do with this maybe. And why don't we just do a little this?
Okay. Now, that is a 30-foot range. You are exactly within range of the big one. If you would like to, if you do not move first, it is going to have lesser cover against the attacks because Sean and Yosef are in the way. But if you wanted to use an action to move into the room first, you could. Velociraptor could move there for free. If you wanted
Perfect.
to give him an attack, though, you'd have to stay where you are.
I'll move over here.
Okay. Now you can ignition without any worries.
Burn it, Sir Silly!
Is a woman.
It makes me laugh anytime you say Sir Silly, because you say it sort of quickly, so it just sounds like you're saying Sir Silly.
That's silly!
And that just makes me laugh.
When I
Ooh,
think
baby.
of silly, I definitely think of silly.
That's a hit. Roll that damage. Full fire damage plus triggering weakness. That's going to burn it a bit hard. That is not going to make it happy.
Good.
I don't
Not
like that
good.
a 19 wasn't
A crit?
didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes me
it's
feel
got a
very
very high,
uncomfortable.
has a very high AC for what it is.
Frightened and off guard, and oof.
Yeah. It's got a kind of stupidly high AC. But Yosef, we're up to you.
Okay, one action to sustain floating flame.
Go for it. Can you dump the spell into chat again, just so I have the reflex save button?
Yep, there you go.
Thank
and
you
I'm gonna
kindly.
move it 10 feet. Can I move this square?
Oh, it uses the same damage and save.
Yeah, every time I sustain it, I
nice.
get a roll
So it'll
again.
take just because it succeeded, it took 10 damage, halved down to 5 plus weakness. It's taking 10 damage here. Bada bing, bada boom.
This uses the same damage and save, and you roll the damage once each time you
Oh,
sustain.
never mind. Why does it say it uses the same damage and save then? That makes...
Am I capable of moving
Makes
the
sense.
square I put down?
Yeah, if you go to the movement tools in Foundry, the measurement controls, you'll see the little box for it, and you can grab and move it where you want.
The rectangle template?
Sure. Doesn't matter which template you're on. You should see, right around here, a little box if you're on any of those measurement tools.
Let's see. Oop.
Just click and drag it.
Okay, there's 5, and then there's 10.
Okay.
So that one also gets to do it.
Yep.
Burn, baby, burn.
You roll the damage again, but the Wraithvine will keep its successful save. And the offshoot is actually going to fail its save for full damage here.
Ban!
Alright, my goodness. Halved and full damage to the offshoot. That's going to burn it hard. That's such a weird wording. This uses the same damage and save, and you roll the damage each time you sustain. That feels contrary, unless I just can't read.
I think what it means is it uses the same number of damage dice and the same saving like throw. And
Well,
you roll
let's
the
see.
damage once each time.
Floating. When you sustain the spell, you can levitate the flame up to 10 feet. It then deals damage to each creature whose space it shared at any point in its flight. This uses the same damage and save, and you roll the damage once each time you sustain. A given creature can take damage from the floating flame only once per round.
I think it means the same number of like damage dice. Like it's 17 for both. It only rolls damage once.
Right, that makes sense. I'm just wondering why it says the same save. That
Same reflex. I don't know. Same reflex DC. I don't know.
Well, that would be no matter what spell you cast. That leads me to believe how it's worded that it uses the same damage and save from when it was originally cast. But then because you roll the damage each time you sustain, that changes. It's a little funky. I'm going to keep the Wraithvine's successful save. I'm going to keep this offshoot's failed save, and we'll have you reroll the damage each time.
Okay, so that was one action.
Yes.
Next action, Zalik is going to stride... Oh, I'm still on the measurement tool. Damn it. Zalik is going to stride to right there.
Okie doke.
And then Yosef is going to cast a spell.
Alrighty.
And he's going to turn Zalik into a large creature in here.
God, you're really putting the work on me, huh?
Yes.
Because now I have to go back and change its scale up first as you drag the effect onto it.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, actually, let's see if it does it on its own. Oh, it does.
It would have moved the size up, but the token wouldn't have been the right size because I had to adjust its scale to make him look small from being turned small. So I had to fix that. All right. Did you want him there, or did you want him taking up those 4 slots?
No, just where he is. He can attack everything from there.
Sounds good. Sean, we're up to you.
All right. So now, question: is this thing like hanging from the ceiling or standing technically, or?
It's technically standing. It's connected from the floor to the ceiling. It's kind of like a pillar, almost.
Okay. I might be wasting action economy doing this, but I want to give it a try. I want it to drop prone.
You can absolutely command that. It is not immune to the prone condition. It is, however, successful at its will save there.
Yeah. And it's bond mode, it's frightened, and it's still rolling like this.
Well, Bonmo and Frighten are the same penalty. They're both status penalties. So it wasn't taking the Frightened penalty as well, just the Bonmo there.
Gotcha.
Which was still a -3 to its roll.
Yeah.
But had a pretty good will save.
I don't really have a lot of one-action things, so I guess I'll just bomb the plant over here this time. Where's my thing? There it is.
That is also a success. You were on this one, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't sure if that one or the one in the fire. All right.
No, that one's suffering enough. I don't want to add insult to injury.
That is going to bring us to this one. And we're going to roll between Seraphinus and Stumpy, who it wants to hit. Stumpy it is. I want to kill your dog.
No!
Cannot tell who I am targeting at the moment.
Here.
Yeah, at least I
There
make
you
great firewood.
It was doing a weird thing even with the Z, where it was just putting both tokens on top of one another, and I could not tell. We're going to bite Stumpy. Because why not? Now, it will miss because of your shield.
Yep. Do not eat my dog!
It's going to Vine Whip your dog.
Do not vine with my dog.
It's going to do it again.
Rah! Oh,
Pity. On to the other one. This one right here. Now I gotta determine if it wants to hit you, your dog, or Velociraptor.
hit me, you
Stumpy
coward.
it is. We're killing the stump.
What's the...
Misses by one.
Nice.
Only Seraphinus dies that we go on revolt. If it's Stumpy, we don't
Yeah.
care.
Now we'll hit Seraphinus with the vine.
It's actually kind of crazy how... Oh, wait, no, Stumpy has exactly my AC.
Yeah, Stumpy
the
shares
shield.
your AC because you put barding on him.
Okay.
Last action to hit Seraphinus again. Big whiffs all around. And we are back to you, sir.
Okay. Velociraptor, team up with me! And I'm gonna start with an intimidating strike first.
Sure.
Isn't he already frightened? Or no, you're going to the other ones. Never mind.
This one.
Actually, you know what? I have a better idea. I'm gonna try to demoralize... Yeah, I'm gonna try to demoralize it.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice little crit there.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Could you imagine if that
then...
was an intimidating strike?
Next, I'm gonna have Stumpy use his free action to make a strike against
Sure.
it.
Make sure you put Stumpy here so you actually get the flanking bonus.
Yes, thank you. Stumpy's attacks are kind of bad, actually. What the
He's a fucking tree stump. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm.
His attacks to scale with me? I don't know.
That's a free hero point for you.
Okay. And then Seraphinus is going to make a vicious swing.
Sure. That is a hit.
Foul
wow,
beast!
those are good rolls on the damage. All right, hitting it hard. And that's going to bring us to the one in the fire. It's going to use an action to step here. And
Reactive strike?
it used a step.
It was a step.
Oh, it's a step. Damn it.
Yeah. I have 4 potential targets here. I'm not attacking Seraphinus. They're smart enough to know that. We're hitting Zalik. Oh, imagine if I could confuse Zalik right now. That'd be perfect. That's a good idea, actually. We're going to go for the Thorn attack on him. We're going to miss. We're going to try again. We're going to hit. Hot dog. 7 slashing damage to the big rat.
But does he make all of the rolls?
Good sir, if you wouldn't mind giving me a fortitude save. Yes. Oh, he's fine. Alrighty. On to the big plant. Its turn now. Only 2 actions, many targets. What to do, what to do. We'll make a bite attack on Zalik first. To start. Whew. The dice are not falling in this plant's favor, huh?
It's already got enough other perks.
We're gonna go for the second bite on Zalik. The plant is smart enough to know that managing to envenom Zalik is a smart decision here. Interesting. Bark, you're up.
All right.
As it loses the frightened condition and thus loses off guard as well. However, you are still flanking with Seraphinus. But a 22 will not hit.
Oh my Jiminy Cricket.
Jeez.
Oof.
What is happening?
Hey, I'll share dice rolls with you guys. If you want to take better dice rolls, I'll take better dice rolls. It's a win-win all around.
Whenever we get below a 10, we have to flip the dice upside down to the opposite.
You've got 1 action left, I believe.
Oh, right. Haste.
We love haste.
Swing for the 20.
Yeah.
Just become 14s, ones become 20s, etc.
It was a 20 on the dice.
Unfortunate. Asili, we are up to you.
Right. Are plants delicious?
Time to find out. Probably. Go ahead and roll damage. This one tastes like tears.
Your favorite.
Do we know what mandrake roots are supposed to taste like? That's a great question.
That is a great question. That is going to be a crit, going for the full command action to give Velociraptor 2 actions here. Go ahead and roll that damage. 18
You have to watch the
more.
episode of Delicious in Dungeon where they talk about mandrakes.
Ooh. All right, and now you've got 2 actions, Asili.
Let's do a little bit of this.
The briny
Phew.
bolt. Who is that against?
The big guy.
The big guy. Go ahead and roll that attack. That just barely misses.
Oh, come on.
You do have hero points.
Because I don't think... I'm trying to reroll it with the hero point. My stuff's
I got
being
you.
stupid. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I tried. I did my best.
And she had a good chance to get worse, so it's not too surprising.
All right. That is going to bring us to Yosef's turn.
All right. Sustain. Oh, that's Zalik.
Velociraptor is fucked. It's a good thing these aren't mandrakes.
Sustain floating flame.
Sure thing.
We're gonna move it like this. 1, 2.
Perfect. So this one has not rolled a save yet. It is going to just barely fail, so it'll take full damage. The big one will continue to take half. All right. Getting it down.
Okay. And then, how many more rounds does Rallying Anthem last?
I have 2 more rounds left.
2 more rounds? Okay.
They got crit success on it.
Okay. Zalik's gonna...
We love the full 4-round duration.
I'm sorry, I'm just measuring something real quick. Bark, how you looking?
I have 38 hit points.
Alright, I'm gonna spend my last third action spell slot and cast a third action heal on Bark Pine.
Sure.
Thank you.
Welcome. So go ahead and take that 32.
Exactly the amount you're missing.
Yeah.
And then
Very
the last
nice.
action...
Oh, thanks for healing the Wraithvine.
No, Wraithvine doesn't get healed. Zalik's gonna try to take a bite out of the Wraithvine.
Go for it. You're both, once more, plant on rat bite contest.
Heard it through the Wraithvine.
You shut up.
That's a -2.
That is a hit, Zalik. For 18 points of piercing damage, so it is unfortunately going to resist part of that.
Okay.
But that is going to bring us to Sean's turn.
Okay. So, you know, we need some more crits and stuff going. So what we're gonna do is we are going to harmonize and then inspire.
All right. You just put like a
And I'm
60-foot
going to-
aura on to give that
I think so, but my game counter
lagged.
just crashed. Well, it crashed for a second.
Yeah,
I broke
I would
broke
recommend
something.
not using that and just let people drag the effects onto themselves.
Okay.
Because it lags even
It was from
my
the-
computer out when you do that.
Okay. For some reason, I see like a dirt overworld map, and effects on people's tokens, but I can't see tokens or anything. It's like I'm zoomed outside.
Note to self, don't use that effect anymore. Because it just did something.
In that other game that I have a bard, it doesn't do that, but give me one second.
Don't know what to tell you.
I'm going to try reloading. Give me 1 sec.
Okay. I will put it in chat while you are reloading. People to go ahead and grab that effect.
Okay, we're back.
Welcome back. I put
Alright,
Graves
so
in
let
the
me
chat
pull up
for
my-
people.
Now my character sheet is whited out. What the hell?
Foundry.
There we go. All right. Down here, just regular courageous anthem. Anyone who needs that can drag it onto themselves. And then I don't have quick in casting, so I'm just gonna bond mow another one of these guys, I guess.
All right.
I do be coming up into people's homes and just insulting them.
As one does. That is a crit success. All right. Very, very
Right,
nice. So,
that will
Raphinus, are
end
you
my
gonna
turn.
grab Courageous Anthem?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you muchly.
All right.
Feel so
onto
courageous.
This offshoot right here is going to attack you, Sir Raphinus, with its jaws. It's gonna miss. It's gonna whip you with its roots. And it's gonna miss. It's gonna try again. It's gonna miss again. I love mooks. They're my favorite. They just sit there and look stupid. The other one is going to actually take a swing at Velociraptor with its first action. And is going to hit. Man, I would have hit Seraphinus or Stumpy with that one too.
No.
Gonna be 15 piercing. Hey, you took a bite out of the vine. It's only fair it bites Velociraptor back.
I shall have vengeance for Velociraptor.
Would you deny their biting
Doesn't give
one
a
another? There's
She doesn't care about Stumpy, just Velociraptor.
There's a lot of things just biting one another down here, I've realized. It is going to attempt to grab Velociraptor, though.
Welcome to the Druid campaign.
I suppose so.
Just
Uh,
teeth and claws.
would Velociraptor like to grab this offshoot or just knock it on its ass?
It needs to take a nap. Lay down.
Okay. It is going to stand up. Seraphinus,
Reactive
Yep, there
strike.
you go.
Roar.
Come on, Seraphinus.
Yep, once Foundry cooperates.
Kill, maim, burn, death. That is a hit. Alright, 21 points of damage. That will be enough to put an end to its miserable existence.
As
Oh, yes.
Seraphinus reaches across the body to high-five Velociraptor.
And on that beautiful note, at the top of round 4, that is going to be where we're going to have to end the session for today.
Okay.
As,
Yeah,
I
we're already
don't
going
think
overtime.
I don't think this guy's going to die in the next round, at least. So
We're starting to clean up at least.
we
though.
are starting to clean up. Things are looking up for you guys. Not that they ever really looked down in this fight. So, thank you guys for playing. I do so hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, of course.
And I'll see you
Thank
all
you.
next time.
Thank you
Yep.
very much, Mr. Jericho. Thank you, everybody else.
Hey.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
It was a great time as always.